Well, the market restored $6 trillion in value in the last 13 days. The NASDAQ has done something that it hasn't done since 1979, and that was go up 13 straight days in a row. Now, to that point, when I found out the NASDAQ had did something unusual it doesn't normally do, I had to go back and look at the history books to see what happened the last time an event like this occurred. Well, back then, it actually went up 19 straight days, an incredible run. And of course, I wanted to examine, well, what happened after that? Was it a blow off top? Because it's clear to me that we're getting that blow off top that had been talked about in 2024 and 2025. Well, structurally, we're finally seeing something that resembles that. What happened back in 1979 after the NASDAQ went up 19 straight days in a row? Well, you might think that it had a hard and sharp reversal. It didn't. It paused. It consolidated around 2.9%, and over the course of the next 30 days, it hit a brand new all-time high twice. But, and there's always a big but in the room, 40 days after that incredible run, it gave back 100% of the move. Now, we all know that this move has not been one that's been backed by strong institutional buying in the form of volume, which you can see on your chart. Today, we didn't slow down or sell off. We advanced, and a lot of stocks shockingly moved higher, and folks are feeling locked out of the bullishness, and because it's a fearful thing to take risk as the markets are pushing higher. But there is a precedence for it, and after we have made some of the closes that we've made this week, we've gotten bald candles. I've talked about bald candles before. They're candles with no rejection wick at the top. It means there is no selling right now against this up move. I think the market's already targeted that 720 range, and they're not going to sell anything. They're just going to load in until they get there, and then there'll be a pause and there'll be some profit taking, but that likely won't be the end of it. But this will come to an end. This type of extreme move on very low volume is totally and completely sus, as they say. And at some point, every penny of this is going to be returned to the bears. But if you have tried to get in front of this as a bear, you've been crushed. As usual, I did sell a bit early, but don't cry for me. I took nice risk on that pullback. I did a buy video, a tentative buy video back when the SPY hit 645. I told everybody, I said, we may go a little bit lower, which we did. I said, but this would be a great opportunity to take risk. However, I didn't go all in. I left tons of money sitting on the sideline, and then I took profits a bit too early. But I am watching this carefully. I'm running with the bulls, and I'll continue to run with the bulls until we hit the target on the SPY of 720. And after that, I will begin to be more cautious, right? But for the time being, this is not an investable market. This is not a market that you buy in heavy and go long throughout the end of this year. I'm expecting a ton of turmoil ahead of us. We have midterm elections, and on average, during midterm election years, the markets pull back 19%. We have not seen that yet, and they can pull back as much as 30% in a midterm election year. And with this incredible blow-off top that we're getting, when it does eventually decide to give back those gains, it's probably going to be even a bigger drop. But right now, it's all up, and you don't want to get in front of it. Welcome to Wall Street. This is the Stocks with Josh show. If in the midst of all of this chaos, you have not been doing well, I want to invite you to the Stocks with Josh community. I live traded today with Money Mike, and we had a number of very powerful calls to the upside. We even had a couple puts in there, but money was made. And if you made some money following us today, please put a dollar emoji in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe if you need help understanding these markets. And yes, I'm confused as well, but for the time being, we're climbing. I do think we'll end up giving it all back this year, but you want to wait until the market actually is done climbing, and then we have to give it a couple weeks, and then we'll look at possibly shorting it. But don't try to get ahead of it for now. All right, let's kick things off and go into the SPY. All right, I'm going to keep my analysis of the SPY simple. I'm just going to show this to you guys every day until this up party ends. We've been stacking greens one after the other, gapping up, but you can see that during the entire time, volume has been decreasing. Now, this is not what you want to see. There are some situations where volume will stay stable. It doesn't necessarily have to climb, but you really don't want to see it fall off as the price continues to ascend. So how long can this market continue to ascend and where can it go? As I've said, very easy target between 720 and 730 has become an absolute magnet at this point. And even if we were to get a modest or minor pullback, a red candle of any kind, I think it'll still be a buy opportunity until we hit our desired target up above between 720 and 730. All right, let's quickly talk about Bitcoin. We know this was the recent top. We've so far had two legs down. We have a bearish ascending channel that broke again to the downside. We now have a second bearish ascending channel with the expectation that this could yet again break to the downside. I believe that this would be the best opportunity to buy Bitcoin in the coming days, but a lot of people are feeling like they've been left behind and that the low might already be in and that this time would be different and that we wouldn't get that third leg down. Very likely we will get it, but let's go back in time and see if there's any precedence for this happening during the last topping and winter session. So there's the top. We had that first leg down, the same bearish ascending channel. We had that second leg down. We got another bearish ascending channel, which then broke to the downside. Now, I just want to point out to you guys that yes, during that period of time, we did have a move where we did come up and test the 20 on the weekly time frame. That's the gray line. The white line is the 8. It was after we hit that on a weekly candle that we got one more week that went slightly higher. But then the third week in, we got that final and third leg down. Here we are back testing that 20 EMA right now like we did before we got the third leg down. And back when we got that third leg down in the last cycle, we did end up getting one more candle above the 20 that was a doji. But then after that, we got the final leg down, a period of consolidation, and then the bull cycle began. So some of you guys are going to take away from this that I'm saying that Bitcoin has to have one more leg down before it ultimately goes on to its long-term bull cycle over the next couple years. And the answer is that's not the case. It doesn't have to do that. I just want you to know that there is a precedence for that happening, and this could have one more leg down. Now, from where it's at now, it went down around 28% when it made that final leg down. I'm prepared. I've been buying every single day. I started that buying months ago, and I would love to see one more leg down on Bitcoin to load up, but it is absolutely possible that it won't happen. The market is doing something unusual. These are different times. The war has added a layer of confusion. The market's gone up, even though literally today Iran said that the Strait of Hormuz is going to be unblocked, and then Donald Trump said, no, pump your brakes, I'm going to block it. So it's still blocked, but it's blocked by America. And the market is overall interpreting that as bullish and that oil prices are going to come down. It's going to take the pressure off of inflation and that the economy is strong enough to move forward. And then he's going to get his new Fed and that guy's going to start dropping the rates. It does appear as if this could easily go Trump's way. And it also appears as if the markets want to go higher. And for the time being, Bitcoin as well. You don't want to go against this market. You want to let the market breathe and let it run. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ previously had gone up 19 days in a row. And then 40 days after it broke its winning streak, it gave it all back. So we just have to be aware that these are the possibilities. I'm running with this market. We're buying calls and profiting from the upside during the live trade sessions. We're going to continue to do that. If you would like to do that alongside of me, then go to my website, which is the same name as the show, www.stockswithjosh.com. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. The market isn't hard because there aren't opportunities. It's hard because there are too many. And most people start their day simply wondering what to trade. That's why I built the Friendly Stock Screener. This is the Chart Goats process turned into a tool, so you have a clear starting point for the day. Stop scrolling through countless tickers. Quickly narrow down to the stocks that top traders are watching right now. It's called the Friendly Screener because it has a built-in scoring and grading system that even a brand new trader can follow, as well as educational content to learn about the market moves that dominate Wall Street. You spend less time searching, less time second-guessing, and more time focused on the names that can actually move. Don't get stuck at the starting line and miss out on money-making opportunities. Use the Friendly Stock Screener. Better stock picks, better focus, better trades.